Okay, so today we're moving on to sitting asanas, and I'll be making our practice video here shortly. This is, again, just brief description of what we'll be going through. You'll notice there are a lot of forward bends happening today from sitting, and there are also different types of twists happening. So a couple of tips that I want to give you ahead of time, and we've talked about this in our standing forward bends as well. Be careful to bend from the base of your spine rather than leading with your head or your shoulders and like arching forward, because that sort of can give you the illusion that you're bending, but you're not quite going to make it that way, and it puts more strain on your back. So make sure that you're bending from the base of your spine. It doesn't matter how far you go forward, but start from the base of the spine and just listen to your body. And each time you practice, you'll make progress. These forward bends stretch the whole backside of your body. Paschimottanasana means whole backside, stretch from the back of your heels all the way up to your neck. We'll also be doing various twisting poses. So similar advice there, starting the twist from the base of the spine. But first in these poses, actually also for the forward bends, you'll notice that we start by reaching our arms up to the sky up high and then relaxing our arms down, still imagining that your spine is extending upward toward the ceiling. Like a string is pulling on the top of your head upward, you can imagine space between your vertebrae. From there, then we start twisting from the base of the spine again, from the base of the spine like you're wringing out a sponge, and from there, twisting, moving up the spine with the head to follow last. Then when we untwist, we're always moving slowly. Untwist your head first, then the upper spine, and finally the base of the spine to relax out of the position. So all of these poses, they're steady and comfortable positions, and we move slowly between them. Those are key descriptions of asana: steady and comfortable, and moving slowly between the positions. Also, this will mean more when you're in the positions, you'll know what I mean, but when we're doing twists, keep both of your sit bones on the ground. Avoid letting one side come up off the ground, because you won't be getting as good of a twist if you lift one side up. And then we'll be doing a couple of balancing poses. So these are a little bit more challenging. So listen to your body and see what you can do. You might want to put a pillow down in front of your head, just in case you tip forward. You don't want to land on your face. You'll see what these look like. One is swan and one is crow. Both of them, you're balancing on your wrists in these poses. So I can do them usually, but sometimes my wrists are more tired or swollen than others. If I've been doing a lot of like lifting my babies or typing a lot, I can feel when I start to do the pose that my wrists do not want to do it. In that case, I just completely avoid it. So listen to your body, listen to your wrists. If your wrists are telling you they don't want to hold your weight today, don't force it because you don't want to fall. Another day you will be able to. So these are wrist strengthening poses, and they're also balancing poses. So yes, here my major point is listen to what your body's telling you. Don't put pressure on your wrists if your wrists are yelling at you. Also, these poses that we're doing put some pressure on your waist and your abdomen. So they can kind of like stimulate digestion anytime we put pressure on our abdomen. But you'll notice we've got some tips here. There are some precautions. So, okay, I'll just go into those. General benefits for the poses we'll be doing today: toning, stretching, strengthening. We'll be increasing circulation anytime we're using these muscles in the arms, the legs, the back, the spine. Poses that twist and put pressure on the abdomen stimulate circulation and digestion. They can decrease constipation, increase appetite. You can read more in the supplementary reading about the benefits of each pose, as well as the contraindications and the do's and don'ts. The supplementary reading has a lot of information there. And I didn't want to repeat it all here because that's good stuff. You should go look at it, and there are good pictures for each pose as well. These poses can help reduce stiffness and reduce backache if they're done carefully. Precautions: if you have weakness in your hips or your knees, avoid the bow and arrow pose or Akarna Dhanurasana. You'll see that. If you have weakness in your spine or waist or any concerns with your spine, you should consult your doctor before starting a yoga practice. They may tell you certain things that you specifically need to avoid. because they know your condition. Do any twists or forward bends slowly and with caution. If you've had recent abdominal surgery, you should avoid forward bends and twists. Also, if you have any serious spinal problems, slipped disc or hernia, or if you're pregnant, you should avoid forward bends and twists. If you're pregnant, you can open your legs wide before doing a forward bend so you're not putting pressure on your abdomen. But still, you should be avoiding twists. And I actually put a whole book on our course page about pre- and postnatal yoga if anyone's interested in that. That has a lot of good information there. And then lastly, a couple of do's and don'ts. Always maintain your balance. Always move slowly. Keep your neck in line with your spine unless you're twisting. And be very aware of how you're feeling. Don't push past any discomfort. That's very important. Some people feel the need to impress, so don't push past any discomfort. Listen to your body. Also, don't arch your spine when you're trying to lean forward. That's the same concept as bending from the base of your spine. Extend outward and forward from the base of your spine. Okay, and so this week, this is for the people who are taking my class. We have some supplemental readings like I was describing. Make sure you look through those, especially if you have any questions about the poses. They're very thorough and very interesting. And you'll see the Sanskrit names, you'll see descriptions, do's and don'ts, whatnot. We have a short quiz, and we have an assignment that means just show me how you're doing and post a question or a comment. Okay, enjoy.